LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets could really use a nice little streak here. They got some very bad company in town, though, that doesn't care about their losing ways. The Boston Celtics are in the building, and Marcus Smart and company start out the gate hot and never look back. The alley-oop, first play of the game. Then Robert Williams out in transition, catching the dime from Tatum and throwing it down. How about LaMelo Ball on the other end, knocking down the deep three? He can make that shot. Hornets trying their best, but Jayson Tatum is on another level nowadays. He just blows past that Hornets defense, or what's left of it, and throws it down. And then Tatum finds Malcolm Brogdon. Shout out my Vol for Life, Grant Williams, doing the same thing Tatum's doing, finding Brogdon for three. Seems to be a good idea. Grant's a smart guy. He went to Tennessee. Jayson Tatum's going to be wide open inside for the jam. That's too easy. Tatum actually did make at least one mistake in this game, and Jaden McDaniels takes advantage of it. Tatum goes back to the money. He finds Robert Williams, who finds Derek White, who knocks in the three. Hornets are up by 9. Second half, more greatness for Tatum. Kind of got caught in no man's land. Ball close to heading out of bounds, and Tatum's like, whoop, I'll just throw it up. I know my big fella, more athletic than everybody else on the court. He's going to go get it. And look at this sick up fake by Tatum. That's a pump fake. You want your pump fake to look like your real shot as best you can without traveling. That is a pump fake by Tatum. McDaniels with the score. LaMelo, that's one of the best pump fakes I've seen in a long time, by the way. We didn't talk about that pump fake some more. That was nasty. You set up the pump fake. You then can create a little space with defenders. As you see Tatum just rocking defenders to sleep. And then Tatum this time in a catch and shoot scenario. 51 points. By the end of this basketball game, pretty much everybody in Charlotte was on their feet, and it was not for their Hornets basketball team. They were trying to watch Tatum drop 50, and he did so. He's a man of the people. Celtics win by 12. Yeah, this is in no way any type of disrespectful video towards Kevin Durant. He was balling before his injury, playing really good ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They're relevant in large part due to KD's really good play. But Kevin Durant got to come out of that All-Star game starting lineup. I'm sorry. And not only is he in the All-Star game starting lineup, he's the leader in votes on the All-Star side for the East. That can't be right. The fans got to get that right. I'm not mad at the fans. Fans can do whatever the heck they want, but fans get 50% of the vote. And I got to be honest with y'all. I'm a little uncomfortable with Kevin Durant being in that game over Jayson Tatum this year, especially coming off what happened last year. I know you're like, hey, but it's a new season. Kevin Durant was playing really good ball. He's a legend. All that great stuff is true. But I can't ignore what happened last postseason. Durant versus Tatum, straight up and down. Brooklyn got swept. So to me, Tatum should have the edge coming into this year. Coming into this year, Tatum and Durant are playing a sensational ball. So in my world, Tatum should get the nod. Now, again, the conversation gets even more difficult because, again, Kevin Durant is not only in the All-Star game starting lineup as a forward, he's number one. He's over Giannis and Joel Embiid, who are both also over Tatum as well. So you probably be like, hey, why are you not talking about Embiid's spot or Giannis' spot? Well, because of Kevin Durant's injury, unfortunately, he just ain't as valuable as those other two guys in Giannis and Embiid. They should be in as All-Star game starters, and I think it should be Tatum over Durant. Last year that happened because of Durant's injury. This year, I just believe it should be Tatum over Durant. Somebody needs to say it. Fans get 50% of the vote. If Kevin Durant continues to lead, which he will not fall from 1 to 3, which means he will be an All-Star game starter if his body allows, unless he has to sit this one out again. So if he's going to get in. If anything, Tatum would pass Embiid or Giannis, but most likely Tatum will be an All-Star reserve, and I just don't think that's right with the way Tatum's playing basketball this year. It should be Jayson Tatum as the third, Joel Embiid as the second forward, and Giannis should be the number one. But Kevin Durant's a legend, and legends get upper advantages oftentimes. I mean, for crying out loud, you got Derrick Rose getting a couple 100,000 All-Star votes. He got more votes than Larry Marketing. Fans gonna fan. I ain't mad at that. I ain't tripping about that. I just think maybe 50% is a little too high on something as important as All-Star game nods are important. Being starters over reserves, to me, it creates a little bit of a gap. I think it's all important. And this year, I think everything will work itself out if Kevin Durant were a reserve because of his injury, and I think Tatum, Embiid, and Giannis are playing better ball than him this year. And that takes nothing away from Durant. He's playing great ball. But those other two dudes are different right now. And actually all the other three dudes, Giannis, Embiid, and Tatum, they're different right now. I think Durant should be the reserve and Tatum should be the third forward instead of what we got right now. I think Tatum's got an argument to be the number one forward the way he's playing this year. But I just think Tatum needs that spot over Durant. I do.